Hello, fellow challenge fans. Watched the challenge season 41, week 9, and it started off with everybody going back to the mansion, the condo, realizing what TJ just said last week that pretty soon, due to the point system, how many points you have, that's the order you get to pick your final partner, and that's the person you're stuck with until the finale. No more switching partners around. So people start strategizing. Like UK Alliance, like there's 7 of us now instead of 8. So, of course, we pick each other, if that's how it works and all that. And then Leroy holds his hand up and he says, well, what if we can't choose, like, say, for instance, pro and pro? Why does we still have to choose a rookie instead? So, Olivia, the leader of the UK Alliance, Derek the blonde here, and Theo, and them's like, you got a point, but maybe we don't have to do that. Maybe we can pick whoever we want. We won't know until the day that happens. But we gotta make sure the UK Alliance stays strong and firmly. We're down a member, there's 7 of us left. We can still win this and make it to all of us, or at least all of us, into the finale. Then Theo says that his knee is swollen up and he shows it. And one of his knees is big, puffed up, a lot bigger than the other knee. So he goes to get an MRI done to find out what's going on. He hopes it's nothing major, because he doesn't want to be taken off the show due to an injury like that. And his girlfriend, Olivia, of course, is freaking out because if her boyfriend leaves, that's a member of the UK Alliance that's gone, plus her boyfriend's gone, and she won't have him around to help her out, stuff like that, to get to the finale. But honestly, Olivia, my honest opinion, is carrying Theo. Because Theo, yeah, he's strong, but he's not fast, and he's not good at trivia. And Olivia is faster, and she's not as strong, but she's smarter than that. So, my honest opinion, they work well together, but also she kind of does benefits him more being there. Then Nero comes up with a suggestion that he's not going to pick no one. He's not going to pick anybody. Because he figures, if I'm last to be picked, then I don't have to worry about it. I'm like thinking that, well. And Tobo's like, what? He said, yeah, man, I ain't going to pick nobody. Right now, I'm second to last. So if I don't win any points, I'll be in last place. And that person hitting me, get points, I'll be in last place. Then I don't have to worry about picking anybody. And then the last person, I get to pick whoever's left. And I'll make it right to the finale. And Tobo was like, man, you ain't thinking this part through, because you know you're going to be stuck with that person. So they got benefit, helping you out to the finale. And he was like, I got this, man. I got this. And Tobo's like, I don't think you got this. That was funny. Then, they go to the challenge, and TJ's okay, time to pair up. He said, now for this pairing, it can be pros and pros, rookies and rookies, so you can mix it up. And he started naming off people, and they started picking them. So, Derek or the blonde hair picked Fowler, Pro, Aviv. Will picked D, because Will lost last episode, so his partner went home, so he had to hopefully get picked. Well, he got picked by D. D feels upset because he slept with Narnia the last week. And here's the reason why. It's because they talked about this. If they said, we ever got on the challenge together, we were allowed to sleep with other people. And D said, yes, we did. We did talk about that before we came on the show. So she said, that my emotions get the best of me. So she picked Will. D did her boyfriend. But she said, but you're still my ex-boyfriend. We are done. But we're going to try to help each other win the finale. But we're finished. So Will's like, well, you know what? Like, okay. But, like, I can understand Will's point of view now. If you talked about both of you agreeing that if you came on the challenge and if you had a chance to sleep with other people, you would. And it would not affect your relationship. Then go back on that word. So Will sleep with Narnia. Technically, D shouldn't be upset because they both agreed to that proposal, right? So I can understand why Will is wondering why D is breaking up with him, even though she agreed to that proposal that if they want the challenge together at the same time, they can choose different people they can to sleep with, and when the show was over, they'll go back to being a couple. So apparently, I guess D is upset because apparently he slept with Nanya. I guess that's a no-no. Ashley picked Justin. Leroy picked Tay. Nanya picked Cedric. Derek with the Mohawk picked Adia because Derek and CT and Tobo still got that Freeman alliance going on. And they have both partnered up with Adia. They both consider her a strong rookie. They said the very first episode, she didn't really get a chance to show much of what she could do. Now she's doing great. Tobo picked Fowler Pro Johanna. CT picked Makia. Because CT says she is the only rookie that's got 30 points on the point board. She's top of the in first place in points. And he's yet to work with her. I want to see what she can do. Vanessa picked Jake. Olivia picked Leo, the leader of the Luki Alliance. So she said, I'm going to throw the challenge and send him right into elimination. If it's a man's day, he's going packing. And that left Theo. Nehemiah picked foul rookie Sydney. And Gabe picked America. And Theo was there. And TJ said, since you got a swollen knee, you went to get an MRI done. We haven't heard the results back, so I don't want you to do this challenge. So you're not going to be competing, but you're going to be going right into elimination if it's a man's night, doing the coin flip. Unless the MRI results come back beforehand, then you won't be in elimination. So the challenge is called Cyclone. There's a tower spinning above, so many feet up in the air. And there's blocks on the tower. And there's 3 sides to this tower. So, teams of 3, 2 teams of 2, will go at it. They climb the tower while it's spinning and pull out the blocks. But they have to carry the blocks to the top of the tower and stack them. Along the way, if you drop a block, you and your partner have to jump off into the water. You can continue, but if you drop a block before you get the last one up to the top, you must jump off, land in the water. You're disqualified. Your team is done. And the team with the fastest time of all the rounds wins. And this week it says save a team. They get to pick a team to go into elimination. I love how they flip-flop that. Save a team or send a team into elimination. Well, CT decides, because a couple weeks ago there was a water challenge and he couldn't do it because he was afraid of, he found the water from season 40 last year. He injured his back. He's nervous, right? Which I can understand. He decides, you know what, I'm going to give my all. I got to redeem myself. He is doing great. He's climbing that tower, pulling out the blocks left, right, center to carry him up. Makia realized this. She says, did he purposely not compete on the foul other challenge a few weeks ago and Makia went home? And she said, if that's the case, that's dirty. So Makia said, you know what? She just jumped off the tower. And CT said, what are you doing? And then he dropped the blocks and he ended up having to jump it off and they got disqualified. They swam back to shore as the other team started still going up the tower that was spinning around. And that thing was spinning fast. Because it kept picking up speed. And he asked her, she said, I think you threw that challenge a few weeks ago with Lakia. And he says, no, I just want to redeem myself. And people like Tobo and all that agreed with her. But then people like Derek, Olivia, Johanna pick CT's side over this. So there was an argument going on. And then the other contestants went at it. Olivia pretended to do good. Then she accidentally dropped 2 blocks, so she jumped off into the water. And then Leo, the leader of the Rookie Alliance, had to try to, win it by himself, and he failed. And Olivia said, see what happens if you form an alliance against the pros, she said. Like off camera, so nobody else hears this except for us watching the TV. She said, that means now I hope we go into elimination. I hope it's a man's night. I hope you go home. Well, challenge is done, and the winning team is the rookie team of Nehemiah and Sydney. The losing team is CT and Maikai because they're the only team that got disqualified because both had to jump into the water because they both lost blocks. Everybody else was able to complete it, but they had to go by the time it took them to do it. So they're going right into elimination. So everybody's like, oh my gosh, CT's going to elimination. If it's a man's night, we could send home one of the best pros that we got and take out the competition. So they go to the club, they party it out, they go back to the condo, and the rookies are talking, the rookie alliance is talking, okay. If it's a rookie, like a Wyndham's Day, so never mind, Sydney. So what we'll do is we'll pick a pro Warnham and a rookie man, and hopefully Makia, you can take out the pro, that's the lady. But if it's a man's night up for elimination, we know it's CT, possibly Phil, but our team's going to be going in. So we should pick somebody that we think can take out CT. And that. So they said, we don't care what the hell the house think, because they don't get to vote. Unless it's a man's night, and then it's 3 of them, and they get to vote which 2 goes elimination. So they decide they're going to send in Derek with the blonde hair and Aviv, because they're both pros, and that way they can eliminate a pro, and the other pro's gone, and the rookies stay 1 member stronger. But they're like, can Derek actually beat CT in elimination though? Because they say CT is strong. Derek, he's smart and fast, but he ain't strong, right? So the rookies decide, well, we just got hope it ain't a physical elimination. We just got hope in case it is a man's elimination. It's got to do something with speed and trivia. So, elimination time. The house, all everybody's there. TJ comes up. He says, okay, Sydney and Nehemiah, since you won, who you sending into elimination? To face CT, Mikael, Theo. They sent in Derek with the blonde hair and Aviv. And that upset some of the members, because also upsets the UK Alliance, for instance, because that's a member of their team going in, Derek. It upsets Narnia, because her best friend Aviv's going in. Tobel likes Aviv as well. And he actually admires Derek with the blonde hair, how much hard work he's put into the last 2 seasons. And that, so he's like, you know what? He shouldn't go in, but we don't have a say in it, right? CT then flips the coin, and it lands on his, which means it's a man's elimination. So TJ said, well, now everybody gets to vote, because it's going to be CT versus Theo versus Derek, or Derek versus CT. Or Theo versus CT. So he says, you guys get a vote. Who's going to be the first man you want going into elimination? And they went all throughout the house picking everybody. Everybody voted CT in. Because then it showed like the strategy that was going on. Like, yeah, CT is a great person to have as a partner, make it into the finale. But if you don't get him as a partner, you got to go against him in the finale. And that's a negative, not a pro. So they said, well, just get rid of him now. We're not worried about him. So then everybody votes, and it's a tie between Theo and Derek. And it comes down to Olivia. She's the last person to get to vote. Olivia now has got to decide. A foul member of the UK Alliance is going to elimination no matter what. But does she save her boyfriend, which MRI results came back, he's good to compete, by the way. Or does she send her boyfriend in and say, Derek? Of course she saves her boyfriend from elimination. And Derek understands that. He understands that. Because say, you know what? If I had a girlfriend on there, he said I had to vote her in or save her, I would save her, of course. So he goes into elimination to face CT. They head to the Viking Arena set, and it's a sumo ring. And inside of it's a wooden staff, and it's Pro Wrestle. That's one of the utter classics of the challenge. How it works is, each man grabs hold of that wooden staff with a good firm grip. Then you gotta do whatever it takes to pull that staff out of the grip of the other person. Best 2 out of 3 times wins. Well, round 1, CT picked Derek up and slammed him on the ground. Like, I'm picturing, like, I watched wrestling. I'm growing up. I pictured the world's strongest man, Mike Henry, just slamming somebody down. He had a finish like that, called the world's strongest slam. That's basically what he did as Derek. 2 times in a row. Poor Derek is just getting pummeled in that sumo ring. But he's holding on with a tight grip. So CT decides, okay, I'm going to try this method. He hoists him up, like holding on the staff, flips him over on his back, and carries him around. Then slams him down. When he slams him down, Derek lets go. So CT wins round 1. Derek's strategy now is, okay, hopefully that first 5 minutes, CT's tired, and round 2, he said, I'll just grab hold of that staff, I'll just yank it right out of his hands. Well, he tries that, and CT just doesn't even budge. And Derek's just pulling him for everything he's got. So Derek then leg trips CT and goes down on top of him, and they're wrestling. He's trying to get the pole away from out of his hands. CT gets on top of him and just puts all his weight on top of him. And CT's like, you know what? Eventually this guy's going to get tired out. But CT at this point is like under 5 minutes of going at it. You can hear CT breathing heavily. So Derek's, now's my chance. He's getting exhausted. Now's my chance to try something to get that staff out of his hands. He's saying off camera. And I could go into round 3. But it doesn't work. CT just has enough. Picks him up and just throws him. Just flings him. When he flings him, Derek goes flying. CT's got the staff in his hand, so CT wins. Toble's, I love what he said. He said, that elimination fight is watching like a bear, which is CT, taking on a squirrel, which is Derek. He said, that's a hilarious comparison. A bear fighting a squirrel. So Derek the Blonde here is eliminated, folks. He's going home. The rookies are happy. They got rid of a pro, but not the pro they wanted, which was CT, but they did get rid of a pro, which is Derek. So the rookies are actually tied now with the pros. Now. So they're like, eventually we're going to keep eliminating these pros. So it's all going to be an all-rookie finale. That's what they're hoping for. CT applauds Derek. He said, you give it your A game, man. Derek's like, yeah, but you're just way too strong. So then TJ announces, you know what? It's time to pick your partners for next week. Oh, there isn't no partners for next week. Now I was like, oh, is it time now to pick your final partner? He said, no. He says, time for the mini final. And everybody's like, holy crap. And what the mini final, folks, is, that means you're at the halfway mark between the finale. And the mini final is it's like it's an obstacle course. And if you don't make it to the finish line within so many people, you're gone. You're eliminated. So, like 1 year, they had like 16 players at the mini final. Only 8 could make it through. The previous year, the mini final, there was 14 people left. Only top 10 would make it through, so 4 people got sent home. So, I don't know how many people is going to be sent home next week with the mini final until TJ announces it. Everybody's wondering, okay, it's the mini final. They guess now it's pressure time because it's individual. You got to complete this obstacle course by yourself without having no help and make it through that finish line to make it one step further into the finale. And D and America and Tay saw CT's performance and like, you know what? Like, we want to pick him. But they looked at the point board. CT is in third place. It's Maya Kaya with 30 points, Olivia with 28, CT with 21, then it goes down below. So now they're going to try to talk with CT to try to get him to pick one of them, right? If it's a pro, can only pick a rookie, or a pro can pick a pro, rookie pick a rookie. But they don't know that Derek with the Mohawk, CT, and Tobal has this thing going on with rookie Adia that they're going to help her into the finale as well. And one of them is going to pick her. And she said, well, CT is in third place of points. So they talked, and CT said, you know what? If Olivia doesn't pick you first, or Markia doesn't pick you first, or if someone doesn't beat me and puts me in the fourth place, I probably will pick you to be my partner to the end because you're doing a great job. He said, I'm just saying, unless somebody else convinces me, right? And she says, I understand that, but we made a pact, and CT says, I always a man of my word, which is true. So you probably see CT will pick Adia, that somebody else beats him and takes away his third place, and picks her for before him. Maybe it'll be Derek Tobo. And next week, it shows previews of what's coming up, folks. And the obstacle course, there's a physical challenge, there's a trivia challenge, a puzzle challenge, and Fear Factor style, where they gotta eat something nasty. And people are gagging and throwing up. And then TJ blows the air horn and he says, "Stop. I do not appreciate cheaters. Get going." And everybody's jaw drops. So this is the episode where TJ catches people cheating, whoever it is, and they're automatically eliminated. I cannot wait to see who that is. Is it a pro that's cheating? Is it a rookie and a pro, or a rookie by itself? I'm curious, like, Tobo's sneaky. He's done that before where he's tried to cheat and almost get caught. Maybe he gets caught this time. That'd be good on him. There you have it, folks. Stay safe, everybody. Too sweet. Bye.